Hello, and welcome back in here to Wenzel's World. Glad you stopped by for a while. Well, this evening I got my Peterson pipe out here. This is a Peterson. I think I noticed the number on it. I thought I might ought to look before I got started, and the best I can make out that last number is hard to make out, but the best I make out it's a 303 P-lip system uh, spigot pipe there. So, and within this pipe, this is empty because I got it in a jar, but this is what I got in it this evening. Okay, salty dogs. And this is one of them that one of the viewers of the channel sent me along with several other different blends. And so, first time I've talked about this one on the channel before, so we're going to talk about it some today. So, how you been doing? You know, I got to thinking about something the other. I'll just go ahead and start right off the bat. You got a ritual? Are you very ritualistic when it comes to your pipe smoking? You know, whether you think you are or not, if you do it regularly, which is some of what the word ritual means, you probably got some thing that you go through. You know, I got to thinking about that. I heard one of the other presenters the other day, and I meant to go and look at his channel to see exactly what the name of the channel is, but I'm not going to try to tell you if I don't really remember. I think I do, but anyway, I'm not real sure. But in the course of what he was talking about, he talked about the ritual of the pipe smoking. And what he's talking about, you know, is well, just like I did here, thinking about what it is I'm going to enjoy this evening. So I thought I didn't have my mind made up. I wanted to use some of this salty dogs. And then I thought, well, I think also I want to use it in this here particular pipe. And one of the reasons being the last time that I smoked this pipe was I had Prince Albert in it. And I don't know what it was. Whether it was the time of day, the weather, the tobacco, the pipe, the combination of the tobacco and the pipe, or how fast my cadence was, or what it was. But it was one of the most enjoyable tasting episodes in pipe smoking that I've had. There's still a few little old bugs out, so I don't know what that was. Could have been a spider. So it got me to thinking about the ritual of pipe smoking. So, you know, you think about what it is, what kind of pipe you want to put it in, unless you ain't got but one, and what kind of tobacco you want to use, unless you only have one. And my granddaddy, that's basically the way he was. You know, he had more than one pipe in his lifetime because he wore them out, so it necessitated buying another one. But he didn't switch around, you know, and get a lot of different pipes and things like that. Didn't have no big collection. So he probably had one that he wore out and one that he used. The one that he wore out probably just sat around. So anyway, but if you're not like that, then you've got, you know, multiple pipes, got multiple blends. So you're thinking then, you know, so what kind do I want to use today? And then you're going to think about maybe where it is you're going to smoke it. Whether it's going to be indoors, outdoors, or in the automobile, or in a walk, or something like that. If you're boating or whatever. So, you think about where you're going to enjoy your smoke. And then you think about, uh, how to prepare it. Whether you got a cake, whether you got a flake, a plug, whether you got a ribbon cut, shag cut, whatever kind of cut you have, and how wet it is. Do you need to dry it any? And what type of lighter or matches you're going to use? What type of tamper you're going to use? And so, and it may be that you do the same thing all the time. And it's different with people, isn't it? It's different with people. And my Zippo lighter with them stickers I put on it because it's a black lighter, hoping maybe I can keep up with it better. The zipper came from the Paladin Piper tamper that I got this evening. Is that type of tamper, compliments of the Carolina Rose. And it just dawned on me I was needed to give a shout out to another presenter on the YTPC. I think he's got 30 something subscribers. He's down in Alabama. And again, I meant to look to see exactly what the channel's called. Y'all had to forgive me. Anyway, there's been a lot going on today, so I'm just relaxing. So, but I think his channel's called, it's either the Pipe Parlor or the Pipe Lounge. So we might want to go over and check out then that particular channel. You can just type in or speak to your device and go to either Pipe Lounge or Pipe Parlor. And he's built him an outdoor lounge, and sometimes he shows what it's like on the inside. So anyway, he's somewhat of a pipe collector. He enjoys collecting state pipes and cleaning them up, using them. So young fella, so go over and check out his channel. And if you like what you see, we'll give him the thumbs up and subscribe to his channel. I've done both. Pack this down a little bit more. This here salty dog is, I don't know if you ever had any before or not, but the salty dogs is, well, again, I'm trying to remember what it was. I think it's a plug. And it's either that or flakes. You said, boy, you're getting forgetful. Yeah, I guess I am. But anyway, you've got to either cut them up and rub them all up or something or other. So once you get it packed down pretty good, it does better. Now this took, I pulled it. I think it's a plug. I think the reason I can't remember, I think it is a plug, best I remember, and I tore the plug apart. Or when I won't go to get it out, I ain't got to do all of that over again. But I just tore it apart in flakes, made flakes out of it. So you still got to prepare it. So I took a pair of scissors and cut up some of it, and took my fingers, and did that way with it. So I put it in pretty loose, so I'm tightening it as I go down. Different tobaccos, different moisture level. I do different ways. That's just the way I do it. You know, if it's a ribbon cut, it usually works about the same way every time. So, but these other ones, when you start getting into a flake or a plug and things like that, then it's according to what the moisture level is. You got different things you got to do about preparing it, whether you dry it out or not, and so on. So this particular pipe here, then I put in there and loosely, and just tamped a little as I was packing it in there, still loosely. Didn't have hardly any resistance in the draw, but I'm creating that as I go. I'm just talking about the ritual of pipe smoking. And I never thought about trying to look it up because it's not wrote on this paper anywhere, this package. Never thought about looking it up to see what all's in it, but it sure got a good strong tobacco flavor to it. Now you do what you want to do. It's a free country, I reckon. So you do what you want to do, but I'd rather have the tobacco taste. If I want, apricots, I'm gonna eat apricots. Okay? If I want cherries to eat, I'm gonna eat cherries. But if I want to smoke, I want to smoke tobacco. And the way some of these people go about blending tobacco, just taking the tobacco leaf, that's it, okay, and putting them together with certain mixtures, or even if they go through somewhat of a process like the Perique down in Louisiana, or others, that form plugs, it's still tobacco, so. But like I say now, if you like the vanilla and the topping and all that stuff like that, go for it. Free country, enjoy, create a good aroma. I'll do the same, you do the same, we all be happy. That's one good thing about having all the different blends and we have is that, you, there's so many, surely you can find two or three or four or five, half dozen something that you like. So, and I've got some aromatics. Don't use them much, but sometimes I want to. And so I'll think about what I got, and then I'll might look through what I got, and then say, been a while, don't remember what that's like. Give it a try. Yeah, that's got a good taste to it. And I tell you, when you start breaking it open and tearing into it, and breaking it apart, when you smell of it, it smells just like chewing tobacco. That there plug chewing tobacco, that's what it reminds me of. In my younger days, I chewed a lot of Day's Work and Red Man and Red Man Plug and I don't know, all different kinds. King B, that old twist backer, that stuff's strong. But that's what this here reminded me of. Remind me of that there plug chewing tobacco. I don't know if you ever had any dealings with that or not. Yeah, when I was a kid going to school, we slipped around, smoked cigarettes, and we slipped around, chewed tobacco. When I got up in high school in the ag class, why, our ag teacher told us, he said, "No, I don't mind y'all chewing tobacco out here." So, some of us took up, or some of them took up, and some of us then freely was able to chew our tobacco. So that's pretty handy. I bet don't bet. I imagine you won't find a school teacher in our day and time like that. Of course, that's back in the early 1970s. So a little bit different back in them days, wasn't it? Well, I guess I'll get off here and let you folks listen to somebody else or move around or whatever it is you need to do. So appreciate you stopping by. And till we meet again, have a good, restful evening.